Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of 33 Cubers 1 Scramble. I hope you enjoyed the first and second parts respectively. In this third part we will have 11 further talented cubers on. If you do not know what this video is about, I would recommend you go watch the first and second parts respectively. Basically, different cubers were given the same scramble on which they did a timed solve and reconstructed their solution. In the first and second parts, there were also 11 cubers. The scramble on this video will be the same as the first and second parts, respectively. The scramble will be on screen right now. If you wish, you can time yourself with the scramble and write your time in the comment section down below. Anyway, without further ado, welcome to this third and final part of 33 Cubers 1 Scramble. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do apologize for the delay. Let's get started.
So for this scramble, I did white cross, and I did it from this angle, and I did R2, D, L2, U2, F2, rotated, did the first pair like that, and then already saw that I would get this pair here, so cancelled into that. Then I rotated, I did this pair like that, just inserted it, and I could have done something better like a sledge and inserted, but I instead did U prime and then inserted it the regular way. Standard OLL, and I predicted based on the corner permutation that I would have an edge only PLL, so then I directly went into the U perm and U prime to end. Thank you.
So this solve was kind of strange for me, especially in terms of look ahead and also TPS. It was like 0 TPS and a lot of look ahead in the inspection. So actually I inspected both the yellow and the white cross. On white I would have started like that and then have inserted those two in some way. But actually I turned out to see a lot more on yellow. So what I did was just inserting those two edges, knowing that this will end up with a B2 just to be inserted for the cross. Also saw this extended cross pieces, which you can build to block here, which is a very nice extended cross. Also noticed in inspection, that was the last thing I saw in inspection, this corner, and all those things made me choose the yellow cross instead of the white one. So I actually didn't really know where this F12 edge would end up, but it luckily it happened to end up in the U layer, so I could just insert it like that. This corner I inserted with keyhole, so I just moved the D layer over here. Could have inserted it. I could have, of course, I could have done something, I don't know, just like that, but I don't really. Oh, okay, that would have ended up in a F12 pair, but in a free pair. But I don't know. I try to avoid using left moves so too much in speed solves, so I just inserted it with keyhole, which also ended up here with a setup F12 pair. Just insert, very easy, and then I came up with some. Then I ended up with this ZBL case from the Pi set. I actually started to learn the Pi set just some weeks ago, and it was very lucky. I didn't even learn all of the cases yet, but it was very lucky that I recognized this one. Very easy one, I like it.
So this solve wasn't like particularly efficient, but I went for some quite easy look ahead options, at least for how my training style is. So see this first pair, and if I do an R2, I'll notice it's gonna stay here, because if I finish solving the cross and need to put another L2 here, this is still gonna stay the same. So what I do then is well, obviously have to put the green one first here. Put it away, so I do this, R2, solve the orange one, D here. So now I probably should have rotated this way, so solve this into the back, but I guess I have more tendency to rotate left, so I rotated left here, solved this one. It's another one where I kind of sacrificed look ahead, easier look ahead, because obviously it could have cancelled into this one, but so it solved it like this. And then I have to rotate again here, because I only solved the left side. So I do this, setting up the 3-move insert, and it's another one which I did mostly for the easy look ahead, because this like looks, the look at is really easy, and you can just do it in like one thing. Didn't even really have to pause for the OLL, even though my PLL was not that great, but I think the solve was okay.
Oliver did not record his timed solve. He did get a very fast time of 7.74 seconds on it. So without further ado, let's just get right into his reconstruction of his timed solve.
So on this one, I chose to do green cross because although I'm color neutral, I do have a blue and green preference, and all sides looked kind of trash, so there was nothing else obvious to go for. But then on green, I have this one in already, these two in, but they're wrong, and these two. So what I did was, I also saw this pair was going to be set up, so that I went for U prime, F, R prime, which would set those up in correct relation to each other. And then if I do a D, these two are up, set up to be inserted right away. So I do that. White U move. This is the free pair I was talking about. Right after this, I noticed there was this free pair. So I inserted that. Now I'm kind of in a bad spot, but I rotated. Then I saw this, and well, I have to rotate again for this, but I already started solving it from here. And insert, and now I could go right into this. And this is the, if I do the same goal, I get diagonal, so I did the whole CP for this, which is this, and then I just went right in. I just went right into the anti-Sune and got U-perm, but one thing I could have done is just do a Sune, and then it would skip, but I wasn't going for it, so that's what I did.
So I did the white cross in the scramble. So I saw this pair, and the cross pieces are here, 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 and here. So firstly I put this piece right next to this blue one. Then I did a D, then R, U prime, R to put this one here, and also putting this one in the back, so I can just do a D prime, R, and D. So that solves my cross, and this is my first pair. In the back, I was looking at these two, so I went right into this like that. Then I saw these two, so I solved these in the back like that, and then finally these two like that. Then I got this OLL easy, and then this Y pawn.
Alright, so for this scramble I did yellow. So I did a U to put the green and red in, and then I did a B2 to put the orange in, and I noticed I could make an X cross with this block right here. So I did U, L, F prime, B2, and I saw that the orange blue edge would be right here. So I could do U, R prime, U2 to match that stuff up, and then do an R2 to finish the X cross. And so right here I probably I didn't plan ahead at all, and I wasn't really seeing what was going on. So I did this pair right here. Just did U prime, take out the pair, U prime, insert. So now it would have been very good to just do U prime and then triple sexy, but I didn't do that. I again sort of freaked out because it was a pretty nice start and I was nervous. So I rotated, I did this pair, U prime, insert, and I saw this pair while I was doing that, so then just triple sexy like that. And okay, so here is a nice one look less layer. So you recognize the OLCP, just, you should know how to, you don't want to learn one look less layer if you can't recognize OLCP, but yeah, so these two are the same and these two are opposite. And then I sort of just see nothing's really matching. Maybe I see these opposites here, I see this bar here. I don't really have anything specific that I do to recognize this case, but I see it and I know from here it's just like a version of fru rough, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F, R, U prime, and just this thing, inverse sexy sledge. Yeah.
Let's go. I did yellow cross for this one. I had my pieces here, here, and here, and I would insert this one last. Hope you can see it. I did R prime first, then F, R2, B prime to start these 3, then a D to align the cross, and R prime F to start this one. And because I planned my first 2 pairs in inspection, I did not do the R yet. I did a U prime before to pair this pair up and inserted it into the back. Then I had this one planned as my second pair. I went into these 2, which slotted this one in, which is really bad, but I know CBLS for this case. It's just U2, and then solve these 2. Then we have an ICB here with opposites here, and this huge block over here. And I don't know the R yet, but it's just OLL U2 J palm. So I did this.
Griesser did participate in this series, though unfortunately he could not film his reconstruction video. His timed solve he did film, and he got a 5.62 second solve, which is an incredibly fast time. Unfortunately, he deleted his file before I saved it. It's totally my fault, not his at all. He gave me plenty of time to do it, so I do apologize at you guys. It is my fault. So yeah, 5.62. Sorry you can't see his solve. So without further ado, I'll just reconstruct his solve because, again, he didn't reconstruct it. He couldn't film a reconstruction of it. Okay, so Luke Griesser got a 5.62 on the Scramble, which is a very incredibly fast time. He did a white cross. His cross edges are here, 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 and here. He noticed that this can be placed in relation to this piece with an L2, and they would be a D away from both being solved, like that. So keeping that in mind, he does an L2, but he also needs to solve this, so he does an R prime, U prime, and if he places this orange here, then all of these would be in relation, and they're just a D away from being solved. So he does a DR, and then he rotates this way and does this first pair. This pair as his first pair, so just break them up, insert them into the back. And then he does a D wide move, and then solves this pair. And then he solves this pair. And then he does another D wide move, and then a U. And then he does these 2, like so. And then he does this case, so he does a U2, and this case.
Let's
time is 7.31. So I did green, and the way I did the cross was like this. So you got these like this, D prime F R, and I saw this in inspection, and I also was tracking these two. I saw that these would be quite good, so I could do this, but then these wouldn't be in a good position, so I did this. Now, I completely missed this 3-move insert, but that's okay, because what I did was this, and this, and then I saw this pair, and I inserted it like that, and then last one, and then I did the OLL like this, and then just PLL with an F berm.
I struggled to find something at the start. I looked at white because it was quite simple, but then it was going to be a lot of moves and a lot of double moves as well. So I went to green, and then I saw that I could... How did I do it? Yes. Okay, so I set up these three edges for a D2 away. So and then I saw that this, when I put this edge down to there, this one wasn't going to be affected. So I could then put this last edge in with R prime FR, and this would be my first pair. So I did that. I then did this pair here, which was okay. I think I then did this pair. Yep. Just pretty simply, and then I did like a Y prime U prime for recognition, because I didn't have great look ahead in this solve. And then I did this, and as I'm finishing this, I saw that this was made, so it could be one of a few different EO'd cases. And then I just saw it as a soon, pretty simple, and then U into R prime.
Leo Borromeo did film a video reconstruction of his timed solve. Unfortunately, he deleted his video before I saved it. Totally my fault, 100% my fault again. He gave me plenty of time to save the video. So yeah, unfortunately, sorry you guys, but I will reconstruct his solution since he obviously deleted his video. Okay, so Leo Borromeo got a 6.95 on this scramble. He did green cross, he held the cube, blue top, orange front. He did a very efficient solution, so I'll just reconstruct it. So he started off with an R prime F. First of all, his cross edges are here, 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 and here. So these two are, this is already an opposite, these two are opposites, and he can put this and this as opposites too, like this, with R prime F. And then what he does is a D prime, and then an R prime, so that solves all of these in relation to each other. And to solve this one too, he does a DR, and now they're all a D2 away from being solved. Now what he actually does first is he does a U prime, since his first pair is this 3-move insert. So he then, U prime, D2, and then he solves this, and then his next pair is this. So he rotates and solves these two, like this. Rotates back and solves these two, like this. And then he rotates one last time and solves these two. And for EO, he inserts with a sledge. Then he gets fat soon or wide soon for OLL, and a U, G perm, U prime AUF. That is it for the third and final part of 33 Cubers 1 Scramble. I hope you enjoyed this video and this mini-series overall and learned something new. Stay tuned for further videos of mine. Feel free to leave suggestions and ideas on this series and further videos of mine in the comments section down below. Also, do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and share this video if you enjoyed it. Also, huge shout out and huge thank you to everyone who participated in this series overall. I really appreciate it, you guys. The channel links of each of the participants that participated in each separate part are linked in the part each participant competed in, or participated in, if you understand what I mean. So that is it for this video. Till next time, bye.